This is a fact. Limited edition themes in SuperStar rhythm games have become more normal than actual normal themes. So, I'm going to share some of the tips and rules that I set for myself in order to complete as many LEs as possible without spending any money. The first step is to know which groups or soloists you want to collect. It's hard to complete themes when you're just starting at the game, so you want to prioritize groups that you actually like. Personally, when I began playing, I only had normal themes for every artist that I'm not really a fan of, and try to complete LEs for Twice, which is the group that made me want to play SuperStar JYP Nation. But as time went by and getting resources became easier for me, I started to collect other groups as well. Once you know which groups you want to collect, you'll know whether you'll need to save diamonds or just rhythm points. This applies almost every time. Groups or artists with less than 4 cards will get LEs that can be completed with rhythm points, and groups with 5 or more cards can usually be completed with diamonds only. I kinda set this rule for myself so I don't get carried away in this gacha game, and it's basically, if you can complete it with rhythm points, just use rhythm points. Do not spend diamonds. And this ties to my third tip, which is saving. Oh boy, I can talk about this for a long time. You don't want to spend your resources carelessly, especially diamonds. Diamonds are so hard to get. To put this in perspective, you need to clear 201 songs every month just to get 300 diamonds. You need to get 100 world records to get 3,000 diamonds. You need to watch ads to hopefully get 5 diamonds. And you need to place within the first 5 in your league every week to earn a few more diamonds. It's way easier to get rhythm points, especially if you're in higher leagues, because of the bonuses. If you need more proof that using diamonds when you can actually get the theme by using rhythm points is a bad idea, then hear me out. I'll use myself as an example. I'm currently Master 3. I have been in that league for over 2 years now. I can constantly clear the 201 monthly score challenge tier. I get 100 world records and usually place in the top 5 of the league, getting at least 40 up to 54 diamonds every week from that. In my case, I have 2 choices.
Yes or yes.
Okay, not those. My choices are, I can play Susie, who has the shortest song in the game, at 1 minute and 7 seconds, and Twice, the biggest group in the game in terms of cards, and their shortest song is Queen of Hearts at 1 minute and 10 seconds. By the way, that's a tip to get rhythm points quickly, to choose the shortest song from your highest scoring group. I have both Susie and Twice at R99, so I can choose whichever. This is called grinding. It's a very popular term in many different games, and it refers to repeating an action over and over again to get resources. In this case, you play a song many times to get rhythm points. Because this is very repetitive, it's also really boring. So I'll just mute the game and watch documentaries, YouTube videos, or Twitch streams. It doesn't matter. I don't even look at my phone. I have played so many times, I know its beatmap like the back of my hand. Well, not really. Because I don't look at my screen though, I will sometimes miss a note or two, or get a few good notes instead of full super perfect. In fact, do not expect to FSB any songs while you're grinding. It's not the goal either, you just want rhythm points. So here are the scores that I got from playing those songs. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really play Queen of Hearts. I just wanted to use Twice as an example because they have 9 cards and you get a bonus just because of how big the group is, whereas Susie doesn't get that bonus because she only has 3 cards. But if you're not gonna look at the screen while you're playing, I guess it doesn't really matter. You can't take advantage of that bonus really if you're gonna be missing notes every once in a while. I choose to play Susie's song because it's 3 seconds shorter, and if I can save a few seconds every time I play, that's good. Yes, that's how important choosing a short song is to some of us. Anyway, as you can see, playing Queen of Hearts very loosely and not paying attention, and the fact that I'm not really used to that beat map, I was able to get 767 rhythm points on top of the bonus of 1073 rhythm points, and if you want to watch an ad, you get the same basis score. For me, it was obviously 767. Then I played Question Mark and I got 763 rhythm points and 1068 bonus. And again, I watched an ad for that additional 763 rhythm points. If you add up all of that, Queen of Hearts gave me a total of 2067 rhythm points compared to the 2594 rhythm points I got from playing Question Mark. Because some runs will be better than others, let's round it to 2.5k rhythm points per song played. If you divide 35,000, which is the price of one card pack, by 2.5k, which is what you get when you play a song and watch an ad, you get 14. You need to play a song 14 times to be able to buy a card pack that possibly contains an LE. And this isn't even counting challenges, which usually give me like 7 or 8k, I'm not sure, I don't keep track. So basically, yes, it's a lot of work and grinding is very boring, but you know what's harder to get? Diamonds. It's by far the hardest currency to get in the game, so don't waste them. Do not buy premium card packs, do not buy headphones, do not buy rhythm points with diamonds. This might actually be the worst thing you can do in the game. It's just such a bad decision to make, and yet a lot of players make that mistake. And last but definitely not least, do not use your diamonds to buy cards that you can get with rhythm points. This next tip is kinda related to the last one, and it's do not go for themes that you might not be able to complete. I see this so often in the SuperStar rhythm game subreddits, people saying stuff like, "This is such a nice looking theme. I bought a few cards even though I don't have enough diamonds to complete it." Babe, then why did you buy them? And I mean it in the nicest way possible. How can you have enough diamonds if you spend them all the time? And more so if you spend them in themes that you can't complete. Let's imagine for a second that we only get $10 a month. You want to buy an album that's, let's say, $20, but you're constantly buying photo cards because they're cheap and cute, and because why the hell not? Then, once an album comes out, you get mad at yourself because you didn't have enough money to buy it. In this case, the best decision is to stop buying photo cards for a couple of months and save that money for when the next album comes out. It's simple, right? Now apply that to LEs. Plus, remember, there are events that let you buy cards that can contain previous LEs. Limited themes can appear in your personal store. There are star passes that give you card selectors. Sometimes the anniversary event will also have missions where you can get old LEs, and once you're in Master 3, you can join the Masters Arena where you can get Dogum coins that can be used to buy previous LEs as well. So you can always complete a theme later on. No need to spend your resources all the time. It might be harder to complete them later on, but you don't need to spend your resources in themes that you're not going to complete. So, how many diamonds do you actually need to complete an LE? It depends. It is a gacha game, after all. Sometimes you get really lucky and can complete it with less than 1,000 diamonds, and sometimes you get really unlucky and not even 5,000 diamonds are enough. The most experienced players will agree that 2.5k is the minimum for big groups like Twice or Stray Kids because it guarantees a card selector. For other groups though, like ITZY, you might need a little bit more because you don't get a card selector, but a random art card instead. So yeah, these are the tips that I follow to complete those cool looking limited edition teams that everyone likes. If you found this guide helpful, please hit the like button and maybe even check my other videos as I have uploaded other tutorials that might help you. That's it for me, bye and happy grinding!